Good evening everybody, welcome along to Alan's Homemade Vlogs. Thanks for tuning in this evening. Beautiful evening here in Costa del Troon. If you haven't already subscribed, please think about hitting the subscribe button. It helps the channel. Thanks to all those that have done, and thanks to all those that have made us over the 1,000 subs. It's most appreciated. But any further ado, I'll get on with what I'm going to talk about tonight. You'll see right in the sun we've got the super yacht Aviva visiting Troon today. It's been here for a couple of days. It's actually owned by a guy called Joe Lewis, who used to be the owner of Tottenham Hotspur FC, and it cost in the region of $250 million when it was built. It was built by King and Rasmussen, the big shipyard in Germany that specialises in private yachts and also exploration vessels that even build small cruise ships. So it's been anchored off Troon for a couple of days, and she's round about, as I said, it cost about $250 million to make. It actually takes between 15 and 25 million a year to run it. That's dollars, because it's based in the Bahamas, and Joe Lewis, who is the owner, actually lives in the Bahamas. And there's actually a wee bit of a story about him, so if you bear with me and indulge me, I'll tell you about it. The boat is actually 98 meters long, which is 323 feet, so it's a sizable yacht. It takes 16 guests in 8 cabins. It takes 25 of a crew to service those 16 guests, and they've got 13 cabins. So there you are. And it does about 20 knots when it's fully ramped up, and it weighs in at 4,966 metric tons. And the reason why I was talking about Joe Lewis is this is the guy that, when he was actually the owner of Tottenham, he was done for insider trading, and because he was 87, they actually said that he wouldn't get prosecuted because he would end up just dying in prison. So it just shows you insider trading, which is a crime. It must pay some people. So there we are. So I'm actually at the back of the ballast bank, which is behind me, and this goes all the way around the harbour in Troon next to the sawmill. The reason it's called the ballast bank is because it was the ballast from the old sailing ships that used to carry coal in and out of Troon harbour, and also latterly the steamships that carried coal. And of course, when they were empty, they weren't very seaworthy, so they carried ballast. So when they were emptying their ballast, it formed this bank, and it's affectionately known as the ballast bank, and it stretches probably for about half a mile all the way along the harbour, and it acts as a good protection to the harbour as well. As you'll see, families are enjoying their fishing down at the shorefront. So there we are. So to go back to Joe Lewis, the 87-year-old collected insider information about 4 companies in which he had invested and tipped off friends and associates between 2019 and 2021. Sorry if the camera's moving a bit. Oops, my apologies. I nearly tripped over there. He avoided a jail sentence after admitting that he'd actually orchestrated the insider trading scheme that helped everybody around him make millions and millions of dollars. The former Tottenham owner, who lives in the Bahamas, tipped off his girlfriend, friends and 2 of his private pilots with the inside information to publicly traded companies, which they got rich by. Prosecutors in New York found the paper trail. In January last year, he pleaded guilty for 1 count of conspiracy to commit securities fraud and 2 counts of securities fraud, admitting in court he'd known he was breaking the law. But the prosecutors decided on leniency because of his age. So there you are. Crime does pay. So I just thought I'd show you a wee bit more while we're up here. So that's Joe Lewis's boat, the billionaire who started off in a small catering company, and he offloaded that, and then he invested in the money markets. So there we are. So we're looking towards over there. We've got Ardrossan, which is the other port for Arran, as well as the port for Troon. the headland coming out at Ardrossan, and in the distance in the background you've got the Isle of Arran, which the Aviva, which is the name of the boat, was actually over in Arran for a couple of days prior to coming to Troon. So there we are, there's Lady Isle out there, which we fly over on our approach into Prestwick Airport. And if I come round, that's the Heads of Air. There's a couple of tankers moored out in the distance. I probably won't be able to zoom in enough to see it, but there we go. So this is Troon Bay and Air Bay, and Prestwick Airport is virtually right over in that direction there. So there we are. So that's the story of Mr. Lewis and his $250 million yacht, which is registered in the Bahamas, and we'll believe he'll be heading back there after it's dropped off its passengers from its latest voyage round the islands and islands of Scotland. When you get weather like this, it must be lovely out there. But there we go. So I hope you enjoyed that. It gives you a wee bit of a better angle from here, super yacht Aviva. And I'll just come round a wee bit, and there's a fishing boat coming into the harbour. We've got a big fish market in Troon where a lot of the langoustines and the razor clams and other shellfish are sent for export down to Spain and the rest of Europe, predominantly Spain and France. And this is the back of the harbour wall. It's amazing to think that during the winter the actual waves can break over the top of this. So there we are. That's just another wee view for it. So I thought I'd come down a wee bit into the inner harbour. There you go, there's the fish market, Port of Troon Fish Market, ABP. And later on, coming past the super yacht, is just coming in to land. So there we are, it's just coming in. And usually we have some seals and stuff around in the inner harbour, waiting for anything that's on the go, as they do. So there we are, there's the boat coming to land. They've opened the side gate at the fish market so they can land the catch. Be interesting to see what they've got. And you'll see the ferry Alfred tied up. It won't go back out tonight. It's done its job for the day. So there it is, the Alfred, the Pentland ferries. If you're interested, I've got a vlog on the ferry going over to Arran on the channel, so kindly check that out. It's a nice wee sail across the water over to Arran. If I come along to my right, you'll see a queue of people. That's known as the Wee Hurry. It's a fish and chip shop with a wee bit of difference. It does langoustines, it does oysters, it does so many different things, not like a standard fish and chip shop. People come from miles to visit it. In fact, Billy Connolly's favourite fish and chip shop. So there we are, there's the Wee Hurry. Check it out on TripAdvisor, everybody raves about it. And it looks as if they're just landing the catch now. There's certainly a couple of guys come out the door into the fish market to load them. Looks as if there's a few lobster creels on the back of that boat as well, and they're bringing it actually round the forklift to winch it up. In the middle of the picture just now, the white building, not that one but the one behind it there, that is actually Troon Lifeboat Station. We've got two lifeboats in Troon. We've got an inshore and the Arran class self-rightable that goes out into the sea. It's actually one of the biggest one of the busiest lifeboat stations on the west coast of Scotland. And they're still getting the catch sorted out to load it. We'll not see much from here, so we'll give them peace to do that. Enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching. Appreciate it. Appreciate all your comments, all your support, and we'll see you on the next vlog. And as I said, if you think about it, please hit the subscribe button. Let's build the channel up. We're doing well, and let's keep the momentum going. But anyway, this is Alan from Alan's Homemade Vlogs saying good night from a sunny Costa del Troon. See you on the next one.